What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Culture Unplugged. You already know I'm already getting ready to tell you to go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell right down there as we get into a brand new episode, and excited to have you here. So as always, just go ahead and sit down, relax, wherever you at, watch this video in its full entirety, because we're going to talk about Bellhop 1 year later. And yeah, so without further ado, just go ahead and relax. Let's play my theme music. So thank you for sticking around. Listen, so there's been so much going on lately. I think it's a lot of it is just work. A lot of it's just more so me too. But you've seen like the last video, my welcome back video, my video talking about, how to really just focus on being present in the moment. But I needed to provide an update about the whole Bellhop thing. Like, Bellhop was, for me, working through that was some work, man, but it was good, solid work. I mean, truthfully, like, as I remember telling you when I even talked about it in the last two videos, it was straight up work. Like, it was like being labor intensive, but that's why I liked it, because it was labor intensive, because it got me moving, it got me working. And I haven't done it in like the last time I did it was like January of this year, and it was on a snow day, and it was just nasty and it felt crazy. And I was just like, I can't believe I'm doing this. But we moving people's stuff, and even in the wintertime, whatever. But I think for what it was, because I no longer do it, right? So I'm not even doing it right now. I switched over to doing Amazon, and I'll get into Amazon in a minute as far as Amazon Flex. But I did Bellhop in the first place because it was good little side work money. And side work money can be good, but it's depending on if it's like really worth it, right? Like, so for instance, this particular type of job working with Bellhop there was a whole lot of $16 an hour. And that's not a lot for you to not necessarily get a guarantee that you're going to get tipped. So you could possibly get tipped. Does it happen all the time? No. But they were customers, I'd say out of every 5 jobs, maybe 2 would tip. And that started to decrease quite significantly. And I didn't do it all this summer at all. I just kind of said left it and said F it. I don't want to do it. They changed their payment structure as well. So like there was this like new bonus structure, but a lot of that stuff was in order for you to kind of hit certain achievements to get paid out a certain way. You would have to honestly like have certain like numbers be out of the park, like ballpark. They rate you based on your customer service, your damage. So you make sure you had no bad rating for damages. Like all that stuff gets reported, whether you were late to a job, whether you didn't show up to a job. So, as more and more of it started to become more of like a mainstream tool for people, the more they started to invest obviously into the app and invest into the service, which is all good. Businesses go through growth and change to be better to really honestly be profitable, right? And generally it is, from what I understand, the most most economical for a customer who's looking to move their stuff. But it is more so very, very labor intensive on the people that's doing it, like the contractors. Like you could say I basically was a contractor for Bellhop to move people's stuff. And I didn't find it like it was bad work. It was just like, man, it's like the possibility of not getting a tip and not getting paid for what I'm doing, for the back breaking I was doing, was too big of a risk for me. And I navigated somewhere around November of last year, started working with Amazon Flex, because I said, okay, let me see what this is about. I kind of ignored it for a little bit. You know, I knew it was around, but I just didn't get into it. But boy, when I tell you, like, that obviously is the peak season, holiday season. So when I got into it, I got into it. I started working it, morning, noon, night, whatever. I did it. I did it. I did it like, you know, get out there at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and made money, like, or even just did on the weekends. It just made some good money. It pays so much more, but you have to basically choose the best route for you. It's not like you automatically gonna get paid that. You have to choose the route with the most money. And there's a lot of videos out there to show you how you do that. I don't want to get too, you know, deep into it, but I'd always choose the routes that were at least $25 and up or $30 and up. And there were days, you know, you could pull in $175 for 2 hours of work. And that was extremely much of a blessing, because all I'm doing is driving around people's packages that people order from Amazon and delivering it to people's houses. And I was totally okay with that, because shoot, you know what? I'm gonna put in this gas, I'll put in this money, I'll make more money like the next day or that same day. I would work like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and then turn around and, you know, make like $150 and then make another $150 like that same day at night. So it was like, okay, cool. I would working my main job, but working these other jobs. So I think that's where it's been beneficial, but it's a pain. Like every other gig economy that you decide to do, you want to make money, you know, especially like now the summer is starting to become to a close. You know, that's gonna pick up again. I mean, it's just like try to find a balance of, you know, for me, making money in that space, but also working back into my own personal goals, which is connecting with you. This is my life purpose. This is where I feel like I can just get a lot of stuff off my mind and talk to you about decisions and all that fun stuff. From coming from a damn near 35-year-old, I might be 35, y'all. I'm about to be 35 in October. That is so crazy. But all praise to God, because Lord knows I done went through it. Life, like everybody else, like you, right? But if you want to make money, and you thought about Bellhop, still go for it. Because I think my main thing is a great way to literally burn a lot of calories. You burn a lot of weight. You kind of shred with it. You're always lifting, you're power lifting. You kind of have a camaraderie with the other guys as well. Like you meet people that become like your friends or maybe your friends, but you work well with certain people and you start to build relationships. So that's cool. And you get to meet people who live in all types of different kind of homes, and you kind of straight up ask them, like, what do you do to live here? Like, what do you do in general? You know, like that, like maybe it'll be a motivator for you to kind of navigate in and get something bigger. Because what you will find is that people are making money out here, y'all. People are making good money, and why can't you? Why can't you? Why can't you be that person to bring in your money and have your fun, right? So like, why not? So, but Bellhop provides, you know, the page is not going to be great. The page is going to be okay. There are going to be days though, like you may have a day where you've been sweating bullets lifting this person's piano into their house, and then next thing you know, they slide you $100 just for doing that. You know, maybe you only had one job to do. Maybe you only worked for an hour. Maybe you worked, you know, for 4 hours. Sometimes I didn't walk to a job. It took like 6 other people to do their work. Like they had so much stuff. People accumulate stuff. I accumulate stuff. And I gotta slow down. So I be shopping. But this is where, like I said again, it's like if you want something like little, you know, consistent money, you gotta, you know, get into Amazon. See what Amazon Flex is talking about, because that, I will tell you, the people that pull up and working for Amazon Flex, it's like all types of people. And when I mean all types, I mean all age groups pulling up in from, you know, every kind of car you could think of. They could be pulling up in a Tesla. I literally have seen people pull up in Teslas. It's not my business, but they are doing whatever they got to do to pay that car note, and they are making it doing Amazon, this stuff. And then also, you may have heard floating around with Amazon Flex, you know, sometimes it's real competitive to get routes. You know, being honest, putting it out there, yeah, I use an app to get the best routes at some point. but I had to stop it because I didn't want to run the risk of losing my access to the platform. And you can definitely get blocked, fired basically from using Amazon Flex just for doing that. It's prohibited, so don't do it. Don't take the risk. What I'll find these days is I'll just get routes that are pushed to me as far as literally giving me the opportunity if I want to reserve it or not, and then I'll do it. And if I like it, if I have nothing to do, so some days if I got nothing to do, I'm out there making money. That's just how I operate. If I legitimately want to work, I don't have no problem making a little money. I'll get up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. That's just the nature of the beast with me. It's the way how the world goes round. People need their stuff. I need to get paid. I got things to do. So yeah, if you see an opportunity to make some bread, make some bread. And just, honestly stay consistent with it, because like I said, there's money to be made. People are always shopping on Amazon. I don't think that's ever gonna stop, but you gotta dive deep and, get yourself into something that hey, consistent side money. So I hope this was informative for you. I could tell you again, like people ask me some questions like, so you still doing Amazon? What are you doing these days? Are you not doing Amazon? Are you still doing Bellhop? And I'm like, I want to answer this, but I'm gonna wait to do a video. So this was definitely right on time. But yeah, no, I don't do Bellhop anymore. Bellhop was just a little, side money experience to see what that would be like, doing something physical, working out with it. I make more money doing what I'm doing with, my full time, and then doing Amazon on the side, way more money. I'm very choosy with the routes I take, and I have made in a week, including doing my full-time job, about $950 in 1 week. Is it possible? Yes. Things change though, and it's very competitive. You got people doing, they have robots that they're using to even get on the platform to get routes. It's ugly right now. It's just so many. And then of course, as you may have heard or may have not heard, Amazon also hired like a bunch of drivers. A lot of people got kicked off, but there's still like a lot of drivers that pull up sometimes, and you could find yourself really competing with robots trying to get a route. So be mindful of that. Be mindful of all of those things if you decide to work with Amazon Flex. If you're gonna do Bellhop, hey, more power to you. Just know that the pay may or may not be as great, but you can still make money either way. It's still money. But anyway, I hope again this video was giving you some new information, something educating, something that will provide some money back in your pocket, because you matter most, my friend. And stay locked in with me. Go ahead and of course like and subscribe. Don't forget to do that, and stay plugged in for next week's video as I get into something else. So anyway, peace, love to you. Stay unplugged.